Welcome to this look at some incredible new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, Mr. Searly P. These are the mods for Friday the 24th of February. Buckle in, people, we've got a load to get through. There are some fantastic mods to look at as well. I'm going to start by saying the Plan-Et Pumps and Hoses extension by Castor DS Agro Service is not in this mod review, because that is an entire mod review in its own right, because there's absolutely loads to it. There are 2 new mod maps out as well. I'm going to get onto those as soon as I possibly can. They are both quite complicated with loads of extra stuff as well, but we've also had an absolute ton of update. This is like a massive mod drop they did. So anyway, the map Orkrug Homfeld by LSHUB, LS Hub, Niklas. That doesn't say if it needs a new save game or not. The map Newlands by Gwendal. Doesn't say if it needs a new save game. The map East Vineland, New Jersey, USA by MacTrucker921 says it needs a new save game. The map Brosum by Tor Ben says it needs a new save game. The map Drensevart by Tynes and Jan NL says it needs a new save game. And the map Sishio Securi map by Agro Capira also needs an update. Got there. The Deutzfahr TTV7 series by STV Modding, the Valtra T120 T190 by Fumari99, the Sammy Golden 7585 by AZ Bunker, the Lamborghini Mac VRT Hurliman XL Pro by Gaming Flow, the Estrella 32 by Alec DK, the KUHN IT26 Custom by GTX, the Lizard ML110 by Jens M, the Lizard Harrow 4 by Tom Sky and Papaya CZ, the Frigo, I'll get this right, Roteritalia by DT25 by DD Mod Passion, the Lizard Rumbler Van by DD Mod Passion, the Bucket by Pushcap, and the Modern Barn by Ikas have all had updates. We've got 26 mods, but there's a whole load of stuff going on. In front of me, this is the Lizard Configurable Weight by MacTrucker921, 0.86 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. Now, this is special because it's an absolute monster. If you're going to be using wheel loaders, things like, especially the new Volvo stuff with the 10,000 litre bucket, if you're doing rocks or anything like that, this is almost 10 tons. It's absolutely crazy. So, underweights, configurable out in the end, 500 to buy. Starts off at 1,470 kilo. Then we go up from there, 1887, 3580, 4966, 7095, 9167. So 9.2 tons. Mountain frame colour, anything on this palette, and there's an absolute load to choose from. There's metallics and all sorts in there. And then the weight colour, we can change that as well. I went for, there's galvanised, I think, but there's a stainless steel, and then there's, you know, coloured ones and whatever you want to go for. So yeah, all the way up to 9.2 tons. Pretty impressive. That's the Lizard Configurable Weights by MacTrucker921. Moving on. Apologies as well if I appear to be whizzing through these. We have, like I say, we have got a lot to get through. So we got the Snow Pole. This is by Zares Holtz Velten, 0.03 megabytes download. They are 1 slot each, £25, euros or dollars. You find them in a build mode, under decoration and others is where you find them. These are usually placed by the sides of roads in areas where you get a lot of heavy snow. So if the snow is quite deep, you can tell where the sides of the roads are, and you don't disappear off into a ditch. Build mode, decoration, others. Fairly straightforward. Snow Pole. Next, we have got the Large Chicken Pen by Missy B. This is 4.03 megabytes download, 7 slots on console, 15,000 to buy, so not too expensive. It will hold 350 chickens. It says it's a large chicken pen, and it is. If we go into build mode, you can see it's, you know, it's pretty big. Now that bit of grass in there I put in there because when I placed it on here, it might depend where you place it. You've got this kind of gravelly texture. You can obviously then just use the build mode and landscape, and you can put trees inside there and whatever you want. I had a bit of a fiddle around. Feed trough is just here. Animal dialogue box, you can open the gate here to the dialogue box. Like I say, 350 it will hold. I've got 125 in there at the moment. And then your egg pallets, egg boxes will spawn out the side. Just there. This you find under build mode and animals. Slot count comes down to, what was it? Comes down to 1 anyway. It was only 7. Comes down from 7 to 1. Large Chicken Pen by Missy B. Next we've got the Ranch Gates. These are by Elk Mountain Modding. These are really nice as well, actually. 4 slots and 3 slots. 4 slots for the one with the arch bit over it. Now, it depends which way around you want to place it. It has got a light, which I think is automatic because I haven't had a light switch. I do like the texturing of the brickwork, or I say brickwork, rockwork gate. Fairly fast opening and closing on the animation, but very nice indeed. Now, these aren't under fences. If you're looking for these are under decoration and others as well. 13.07 megabytes download. Did I say that? Yeah, 4 slots, 3 slots. They're £5 each. We go along to decoration and others. There's the snow pole we spoke about, and then we've got these two here. Slot counts come down to 1 on each of those. So I put 1 that way around, 1 this way around. I say this way around just because that goes at an angle, so it's entirely up to you which way around you do it. Ranch Gates by Elk Mountain Modding. Next we've got geotags. You just saw those again under build mode, decoration and others. So the geotag for multiplayer, or however you want to go about it. I think Alien Jim did a Portal kind of version of this a while back. So this is by Zares Holtzvelten as well. 1.27 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. They're £50, euros or dollars each to place. As I said, build mode, decoration, others. Scroll back to that way. From 1 up to 9. If we come out of there and we go to the map, you'll see just where I'm standing. They might be able to, it's not going to let me click on it, but if I put another one out here, like that, click on that, geotag 2, let me click on that one, yeah, geotag 1. So you can place them anywhere you want on the map, and it's just a point you can jump to if you go to visit, so it makes it easier to move around the map if you want to, or if you want people to congregate at a specific place, you can place one and say, let everyone meet at geotag 2, geotag 4, whatever you want to do. So yeah, geotag placements by Zares Holtzvelten. Next, we've got this, the Karcher K2.14 by JMZ, 1.55 megabytes download, 3 slots on console, 500 to buy. This you'll find in the build mode and tools. Yep, just there. 500 slot count was 3, comes down to 1. Place it wherever you want. 500 is nice and cheap for a jet wash, actually. It's a little small, compact little unit. You can't transport it around, you can't put it in your pocket or anything like that. You can't pick it up, but it doesn't take up a lot of room, not too expensive. So that's the Karcher K2.14 by JMZ. Next we've got these. This is the Heavy Duty Shelf Pack. This is by Dithmarsha Modding, 3.09 megabytes download. These are 4 slots each. We've got the smaller, I say the smallest version, next size up, let's say 1 section. 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections, and the 4 section beastie around the back there. These were also, as you probably saw, under decoration and others. Starts this end, 7,500 for the single, 10,000 for the double, triple 12,500, and the quadruple at 15,000. Now when I first placed these for the review, be very careful because the bracing that goes across the back, these cross braces on the back, when I first placed it I wasn't paying attention, and I put it down this way round and then realised I needed it the other way round so I could actually put stuff on. So just be aware of where the cross bracing is. You don't put it around the other way and put it up against a building and you can't actually get anything on them. So there you go. Heavy Duty Shelf Pack by Dithmarsha Modding. Next we've got this. This is Herbicide Production. This is by MTL Modding Team. It is 1.8 megabytes download, 15 slots on console, 170,000 to buy. It will take 100,000 litres of each particular crop type, and you'll see if we go into here. To make herbicide it requires canola, manure, potatoes and lime. But this production also does lime. So you don't have a separate lime production if you don't want to, or you don't have to go and buy lime. If you bring rock here, again, it will take 100,000 litres of stone, say stone rock, and you can set it to produce lime. I've already put some lime in just so we've got some, but we can get that going. 48 cycles per month, 100 to 150. You should get more lime out than you start off with rock, which is pretty good. And then for your herbicide, again, 48 cycles per month, but the recipe at 250, 250, 350, 150, it should go at a fair pace. I've got them all in there, like I say, it will take 100,000 litres of each. If we turn that on, we should start getting some herbicide production momentarily. There we go. Well, off it goes. Fairly straightforward, actually. But if you need herbicide, and you want to produce it yourself rather than just go and buy it, it may be what you're looking for. Herbicide production by MTL modding team. Next we have got this. This is the old wooden shed. This is by Vilavisco TV. It is 8.29 megabytes download, 17 slots on console, 15,000 to buy. You'll find it under build mode and sheds. Really nicely detailed, with a slight little tinge of green on there, almost like a little bit of damp on it as well. And which is amazing, because that's kind of between the boards as well. It's not just on the outside. It's, yeah, really nicely weathered. It's almost rusty brackets and stuff on there as well. There's no lighting on this. A little bit of detail with some equipment at the back of the barn. But like I say, that was 15,000 to buy, 17 slots. You find it under build mode and sheds. Next up, we've got the modular wooden shed. This is by Bartson V3. It's 9.09 megabytes download, 36 slots on console, 8,600 to buy. Now, the reason it's 36 slots on console is because it is modular. I have got the what are they called? Interactive zone markers on. If I turn those off, you'll notice that all the things on the floor disappear. But if I turn those back on, you've got these X's, and you've got these little areas here, just to be aware of. So we can hide props. That's that one. Hide props. We can hide the flooring. There's 4 sections of flooring. Hide floor. Hide floor. Like that. Hide the props in the corner. Come around and hide these ones as well. So you can pretty much take everything out if you want it all out, or you can put bits in, or if you're doing a sort of storyline, you could do a storyline whereby you've got the basic shed there, and gradually you're buying equipment or accumulating things to put in there. Again, nicely detailed, nice bit of sort of rust on the corrugated metal on the roof and stuff like that as well. Under build mode and sheds, the modular wooden shed by Bartson V3. Next to that, we've got the American Garage with Workshop. This by ICAS. It's 6.45 megabytes download. You find it under build mode and tools. It is 26 slots, 45,000 to buy. It's a big old building, to be fair. So as I said, build mode, tools, just there. 45 grand. Slot count comes down to 2. Double doors that open. There is lighting inside, just around the corner here. Lights on or off. And then we've got our trigger there for our workshop, just to the side. A more modern, cleaner, tidier building than the previous 2 that were quite weathered and old looking. The American Garage Workshop by ICAS. Next we've got the modern cow shed. It's interesting this, because it's a kind of thing of what do you consider modern? This to me looks like an older sort of, I don't know, but anyway. That's what it's called. It's the Modern Cow Shed by VN 11.0 or VN 11.0. So 9.99 megabytes download. 25 slots on console. 70,000 to buy. It will hold 45 cows. Build mode, animals. Out on the end there. Slot count will come down to 2. Doors open and close. Milk. Trigger is just here at the front. This door does open as well into there if you want to open and close that. There's a light switch just on the inside here as well. Lights on or off there. I found the TMR or the feed trigger was this end, not quite, well, I mean sort of in this area anyway, and then the bedding trigger was a bit further up where you see the straw on the floor here. It was a bit further up here. Fairly straightforward. Slurry point for getting the slurry from the animals is just there. If you want manure, you have to place a manure heap because it does take straw. It doesn't require you to put water in, but you may be charged for water every day for its supply. That's the modern cowshed by VN 11.0. Moving on from there, we've got this, the ABTT281. This by Zectoid, I think it's Zectoid. 13.56 megabytes download, 11 slots on console. As you can see, slightly different configuration to previous versions we've had. What I like about this one as well is the price. I've been looking for something on the map that I'm on at the moment, a small vehicle that's manoeuvrable. This might be it. It's quite wide. These are designed for kind of alpine work, that sort of stuff. Front and rear 3-point link. The front one is able to slide side to side, so if you've got a front mower and stuff on there, you can move it over to sort of get closer to fences and hedges and stuff like that. You'll find it under vehicles and small tractors. Out on the end, I said 50 grand, which is pretty good for the base model. Slot count comes down to 1. We start off with the TT281 110 horsepower, the TT281 Plus 135 horsepower. Those are your two options. Then we got choice of Mitas, Trelleborg, Nokian, BKT, back to Mitas. Mitas, we've got standard, wide, twins, back. Trelleborg, standard and wide. Nokian, standard and wide. BKT, just the narrows, which I went for because I thought it was something a little bit different. I haven't really seen one with narrows on before. Then we've got design no and yes. That was for adding extra lights on the side of the top of the cab. And then we've got main colour, anything on that palette. Rim colour, anything on that palette. License plate option 2. So, hop in, start it up. Lights, and if you're going for the ones on the cab as well, nice lighting all the way around, which is rather handy. We've got no doors or windows that open, but under R1 and right stick side to side is what moves that front attacher. So, like say if you've got mowers or something on there that you feel that you need to move, or you might have a pallet fork or something like that. That's interesting, those extra lights. There we go, show indicators. Interior, nicely detailed. This does also have the option for changing our steering. So we go R1, toggle steering. So we've got all-wheel steering at the moment. We've got front-wheel steering, rear-wheel steering, crab left, crab right, back to all-wheel steering again. So I just think for the price, it's pretty cool, really. So that's the ABTT281 by Zectoid. Next, we're going to do the Lizard Zeek, because it's right next to this. Is fantastic. If you're doing small farming, small fields, you might just be doing stuff in your garden. I don't know. I'll hook up with this. We've got this. So the Lizard Zeek, it is by Nikos 321. It's 2.19 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. It spreads to 2 meters wide with a capacity of 800 liters. It's a little mini muck spreader. It's fantastic. Under tools, where are we? We'll get there in a minute. Manure spreaders. There you go. 4 grand. Slot count comes down to 1. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. Rim colour to anything on that palette. Hop in. We unfold the manure spreader like that. And off we go. I don't know why it's making me smile so much. It's just when I saw the picture, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And then when I kind of went into the mod hub, I thought, oh, okay, that's a lot smaller than I thought. I thought, oh, the scale's off. That's 800 litres. Little mini muck spreader. Very cool indeed. The Lizard Zeek by Nikos 321. Next we have got on here, we've got this. This is the Lizard, I want to say it's Abatable Pro. That's right, isn't it? Abatable, I think it's Plus T6300 by JM Garcia. 10.99 megabytes download, 10 slots on console, 6.3 meters wide. This is a mulcher. Folds in the middle. Designed in reality, so when it's going over rough terrain and stuff, you haven't got a solid bar. It's got a bit more flexibility and a bit more movement over uneven terrain. This can either be front or rear mounted. It does give the option to change that. If we go up to mulchers, just there. There we go, 25 grand, 190 horsepower required. So attacher type on the back or the front, whichever you'd rather. Then you've got flags on the side so you can see where the edges of it are when you're running the machine. Yes or no, if you want those or not. There's no colour options or anything like that. Like I say, 6.3 metres wide. I've got something on the back which we're going to have a look at in just a moment. But so what we'll do is unfold it. I think I've got it lower. There we go. So sort of a scissor fold really. It's quite heavy. So if you are going to run it on front, you might be running something else behind, or if not, you want to run it with a weight. Now, as far as I'm aware, this can be run as a mower as well, I think. But I don't think it leaves grass behind. Because, I mean, that's what most of the mulchers do, isn't it? There we go. So if you want to clear grass, but you don't want to have to pick the grass up afterwards, you want it nice and pristine and tidy, there you go. The Lizard Abatable Pro by J.M. Garcia. Nice animation on the folding. Let's lower that, drop that off. Oh, okay. It's one of those ones. Now we can disconnect it. Right. On the back then, we've got this. This is the Agromash AP. This is also by JMZ. It is 12.59 megabytes download. I say 6 slots each. There are 3 of these. Under cultivators, we've got a 2.1 metre, a 2.6 metre and a 3 metre. So for the 3 metre cultivator aficionados, today is your day, as well as some of the other cool stuff. We lower it down. This is not a shallow cultivator, as you can see. So this would normally be bringing up small stones. I have got the stones turned off. No, I haven't got them turned off. This is just one of the fields I made using the texture tool rather than ploughing it out itself. So yeah, this is not a shallow cultivator. It's a, I say, a regular cultivator, if there is such a thing as a regular cultivator. So out under cultivators is where you find it, or find them. So we've got the 2.1, 2.6 metre or the 3 metre. I went for the 3 metre. 6 slots each. Options are the same on each one. You've got spring-loaded beetle like that, or you've got pegged safety shank. Main colour changes the shank arm if you've got the spring-loaded beetle. So the spring-loaded one, if I change the main colour now, it changes the arms from green to black, or the springs, however you want to refer to it. Those are the options on that. That's it. The Agromash AP by JMC. Next, we have got over here the KUHN TC320 on the back here. This is by Agrar Design Austria. It is 6.68 megabytes download, 6 slots on console, 1.8 meters wide. There are no options available on this. This is a tedder, so you find it under tools and tedders. Designed to go directly behind whatever you can attach it to. There are all sorts of clever ways of using different adapters and attachers and things. So yeah, however you want to configure it to run, but this will turn your grass to hay, which is a little bit like the Hay Bob version, but this is a more modern looking version of it. I have no point showing you, like I say, it's under tedders, but we do have some options on this. So at the moment it's set at selected work mode at 1 metre. I can change that work mode from 1 metre, if you watch those little arms, 1 metre, 1.4, 1.8, 2.2, 2.6 or 3.1 metres. So if I now turn my mower on the front, drop that down, and we start to mow. Now if you've got widespread mowing's been done already, this is basically just controlling what size your swath is. So at the moment, I turn it on now and drop it down. Oh, it's dropped down already. So you can see there, that's a 3.1 metre swath, which I probably don't want. So if I change that back to a 1, that should bring my swaths right in. There you go, look. So you've got the ability to adjust your swath mode as you go, which as well, if you've got balers and things like that that have got quite a narrow pickup, you want a narrower swath. Obviously the amount you've got in it will depend, but we're doing our mowing and our tedding all in one go with the ability to adjust our swath size as we go. That's the KUHN TC320 by Agrar Design Austria. Next, next is an interesting one. It's the Pickup Header Pack by BC Bueller. 6.87 megabytes download, 6 slots on console, 4.5 meters wide. However, I can't show you it on here. It's quite niche in the fact that at the moment it will only work on one map. Here, things to note: requires a map that is prepared for swathing to work, such as Edgewater, Saskatchewan. What we'll do, we'll jump over and we'll have a look at that in operation now. Okay, so here I am then over on Edgewater, Saskatchewan. This is where you're going to need to, at the moment, use the Pickup Header Pack. As I've already said, 6.87 megabytes download, 6 slots on console, 4.5 meters wide, and this is what it looks like. And I've got this on a regular harvester. Now, it's not all that clear. We've had a lot of mods come out over the past year and a bit for FS22, and when you read through kind of the instructions for it, and this could be me misreading it, but my rule of thumb is if I've misread it, potentially someone else might have misread it. And when I say misread it, I don't mean misread the information, but what I've taken from it I haven't quite got right. So regular harvester, doing a harvest, leaving a swath behind. Okay, now that pickup header says it picks up swaths. So my thought was, okay, that's pretty cool. So you can get a swath and you can collect it with the harvester. That way you wouldn't necessarily need an extra forage harvester, or you wouldn't need a forage trailer or something like that. You could do it with the same harvester you've got. But that's not what it's for. It's not for picking up straw swaths. It's for picking up a crop swath. Now what it also doesn't say is, one, it has to be used on Edgewater, Saskatchewan at the moment, but there are other maps that are going to be coming with it on, and other map makers may decide to implement it into their base maps, so there may be updates. What you also need is the Swather Pack by BC Bueller, which it doesn't say that you need. So the Swather Pack is a separate pack entirely. That you can do mowing, you can cut your grass and you can swath your grass with it, but this also swaths crops, and at the time this came out it did say that there were certain crops it wouldn't swath. It will do canola on Edgewater where I am at the moment, part of the map, and I'm going to be doing a map tour on this later on. There's flax, peas, and there's another crop type, but the flax can leave a swath behind as well, and it can be swathed, and you can swath canola as well. So it leaves this behind. Rather than that being a straw swath left behind, it leaves a crop swath. So that is crop on the ground. Now the point behind this being, if you use that swather and you swath the crop and you leave that swath on the ground, that's not straw, that's crop, as you can see the little bits in there. If you then come over with this new pickup header pack, it gives you a 20% yield bonus using this rather than harvesting with a regular harvester header. So what should happen is, you watch this not work now. So these are the flax swaths that were left behind. So these are straw swaths. Let me get the lights on. If I try and drive over these now, nothing will happen. That straw on the ground, it doesn't want to know, it won't pick that up. But if I go over the swath that the swather left behind, it will pick that up, and you can see the bottom, flax. So I've got flax being picked up, so rather than being done through the harvester, I'm picking a flax swath up, and because, now there you go, I didn't know that. So not only are we getting a 20% bonus, the harvester is still chucking a swath out the back. So we still to get the straw. So there's me saying that, and this is because this is a new map. This is a new map, a new concept, a new idea. I've never really done this before. So that you'll harvest, you'll get your harvest, you'll get your swath. If you do it that way using the swather first, you'll get a 20% yield increase, plus you'll get your straw swath as well. That's pretty cool. So basically, that's what this pickup header does with certain crop types. What were the ones it said it does? It will harvest grains such as canola, barley, oats and wheat. And obviously on this map it will do flax as well. You'll find it under headers, out on the end there, 32,500. And then there's a whole load of options depending on what harvesters you're running. You can switch between all the various different harvester options for setup. Certain ones will allow you to change design colour as well on that front section. Not all of them do, depends which option you've gone for. And then you've got crop catcher, which puts a little shield on there, which makes sure it all goes in to the throat of the harvester while you're doing it as well, as you can see. Now that one's a little bit different, the metal shield, and then you've got the various different attachers on there. Then you've got decal options, then crop catcher, and then we can change all these different colours on this, like that and that. So again, it depends which option you want to go for, and rim colour is on this one as well. We can go for too. So that's it, the pickup header pack by PC Bueller. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut into the mod review part way through editing on this one. With so many mods today, and 26 doesn't seem like a lot, but there's a lot of stuff going on with them, and a lot of information to pass on and then moving off on the map as well. I've tried to edit this down, and the shortest I could get it was 67 minutes, which PlayStation 5 won't let me render and won't let me post. So it's going to have to be in two parts, and I'm so sorry for that. If that is going to annoy people, please stick around for the second part. There's loads more really cool mods to come. We're about halfway through, so the second part will be posting very, very shortly. But that's it for the first half. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, please come back for part 2. And thanks for watching.